In answer to the question, how technology has affected construction, I would say it's all pretty much good news. The bad news is that the construction industry, as one of the major industries in the United States, maybe the major 10 industries in the United States, construction, it's true, has always been the last industry to adopt technology. I mean, that's been true. I've been in this business for 45 plus years, and we've seen that all along. It adopts technology more slowly than the other major industries. Having said that, we see a continual forward motion. And for our company's a great testimonial to how this industry can adopt technology. So we started out 7 years ago, and most everybody in post frame was doing takeoffs by hand. A lot of spreadsheets being used. Now we have over 1,400 licensees, and we're continuing to grow every month with just like clockwork. And in related industries, and we know because we're continually asked to interface with other applications. We see CRM systems that are probably the majority of our customers are using CRM systems. Obviously, accounting software in the hands of most of the building material suppliers, most all of them automated with accounting or ERP systems long ago. But we are seeing more and more movement towards technology. On the marketing front, as you guys well know at Top Fox, more and more customers, both building material supply yards and contractors, are using websites, and they're doing web-based marketing. SEO is not a foreign term to any of our customers anymore. More and more of them are using our e-modeler, putting them on our websites, inviting people to come in and design their own. So there is I would just use the term continuum. The construction industry isn't like, for example, the IT industry, the computer industry, where when a new technology makes its way in the scene, it goes through this rapid adoption where there's a rush to get market share, to get to critical mass. We don't see that in construction, but we do see continual growth. So it's very promising, and I suspect that that's going to continue in the years to come. The joke that was very common in the especially the residential part of the construction industry, like in the late 1990s, the joke was, hey, the greatest technical invention to be adopted by the construction industry was the fax machine in the previous 30 years. And it's just true. If you take a look at the way a house is being built today, in fact, you don't have to look at that. You can look at the actual numbers that are put out by consulting firms. You take a look at productivity per whatever it is, per man, by any measure. Productivity in the construction industry has not really changed a whole lot in the last 50 years. It just hasn't. You look at the computer industry, the leaps and bounds. That's Moore's Law. Moore's Law is that, you increase computing power, you double computing power about once every 18 months. And that's been true since the 1960s. So that's why when you take a look at an iPhone today, it has way more computing power than you had on an IBM mainframe in the 1960s. Because that technology has been grown so tremendously. And, same to be true of pharmaceuticals, for example, biotechnology, communications. But the construction industry it just hasn't, the basic methodology of construction has not changed dramatically. There's probably a little more panelization that there used to be, more factory-built housing, but not by leaps and bounds. So if you go to the field and you watch a house being built today, the technology that's being used is pretty much the same as it was 40 years ago. It really was. Using trusses for the roof, poured in place foundation, using form systems, field framers erecting the frame of the structure, and then the subcontractors coming in for all their various trades, drywall, roofers, et cetera, et cetera. So that hasn't changed too much. What has changed is the technology that's used around information generation. And again, Smart Build is a prime example of that, right? I need to figure out what the set of materials are going to be that I need to put in a truck to build this post frame structure. Well, I'm happy to say that with Smart Build, with a little bit of investment work and the data structure up front, now a post frame contractor can, within 15 to 20 minutes on a medium difficulty structure, identify exactly what it's going to take to build that thing. Where if you go back a decade ago, I mean, that would be a 4-hour task to figure that out. Now that's I feel great because Smart Build, has been the author of this great technology that's brought that kind of productivity to the post frame industry. That's a big move forward. It is. But by and large, that's within the context of an industry that in terms of how it executes, really hasn't changed a whole lot in decades.